All right, I've got both the taillights drilled out to fit these housings that are gonna hold the new Lotus taillights. They fit nice and snug in here. It's a 5-inch pipe. What I'm gonna do is mount it because they mount from this on the back side with 2 tabs. I already have the other 2 made. Basically, I've got marks here exactly opposite where I feel like it's gonna fit nice and pretty even in there. I'm gonna slit those, and I'm gonna take a piece of a thin piece of steel and basically slide it in there and mount the little tail light to it. So it'll have that'll be the mount for it, and then I'll just weld it on the inside, keep that outside nice and smooth. Then I'll unbolt it, finish welding it, and that'll give me the new mounts inside of here to actually hold the tail lights. So I've got one set up here now. I've already got 2 of these done. I'm gonna do these 2 right now. So like I said, slide it. I'm gonna go make a couple 4 tabs, 2 for each one. So we'll slide them in there, mount it to it, and then that'll be that. All right, I've got the tabs cut out, about to drill a hole in all of them. I've got them all clamped together with the edges. Straighten them out over here. Just tap against the vise, straighten them out, clamp them to the bench. That way the holes will all be symmetrical in all of them. That doesn't really matter. It's just nice that, you know, if I got to cut one, I know I got to cut them all. I know it's good to have a nice flat metal bench to work on. You get everything flat and everything, but sometimes it's nice to have a wood bench like this. So now that I have them clamped onto the bench, I can just drill straight through it. I don't really care. I can drill into this bench. As you can see, there's holes all in it. Let you go through the material just fine without jacking up your nice flat bench. And drill some holes. We're gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna show shaving around, but basically I just gotta triangulate the edges so that they fit into that little mounting spot on the taillights. All right, so I have one here kind of assembled. It's a little loose because it's not welded in yet, but it gives you a little more idea. I'm gonna weld them on the inside so that all the weld is on the inside. There's plenty of space in there, and I'll just trim these off and grind it smooth. So give you an idea what happened here is you got your light in there, slip these to the slots. Makes it much easier doing it this way because these don't have to be exact yet. Then slide it over top of your tail light here. Get the holes all lined up. It's nice to have magnetic sockets. So when you're working in a hole like that, you just stick the nut in there and it holds it so you can get it started until it bottoms out. From there you'll need the deep socket. Finish moving it on. Hopefully you know this by now. This isn't for beginners, just the DIYers like myself, because I am not paying somebody else to do this. Couldn't imagine how much this would actually cost to pay someone to do this. And all I'm doing here is hand tighten it. I don't need it to be crazy tight yet. As they're just coming off, I luckily found over in our nut bin, it's a good thing being in a shop, we have a nut, bolt bin, washers, all that stuff that fit these threads because no mounting hardware came with these things. But as you can see on this now, it is mounted in there. The hole is a little slightly larger than the nut, so as of right now I can slide it because it's not welded in, but assuming it gets a little bit off center, and then it is big enough to where I could manipulate the light inside of those holes, and then it can still tighten it down and be centered inside of that hole. I'm trying to keep it as centered as I can anyway when I weld it in. That'll keep it pretty well for what I'm doing. Looking all around there, trying to make sure it's as centered as I can get. I'm looking through the hole, make sure the cracks on all sides are about the same. Really just eyeballing it right now. I'll go ahead and set this one too, and I'll tack them both into place. Also, because the housings are plastic, there's a rubber gasket on the back end, all that good stuff. I will end up unbolting and tacking it, unbolting the taillight and finish welding it so I don't melt the plastic and jack the taillights all up. I feel like I got them lined up pretty good right now, so I'm gonna get the tacking these things in place here in a second. and we'll finish welding them up. We'll see how we done. As I said, the other two are already done, sitting over there on the toolbox, and these will be the last two. And we'll get the fun stuff, the fiberglass and all that kind of shit.